welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon, and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. I've been married to a covert narcissist for almost 20 years. I'm separated from him now, and what I do with this channel is I use my real-life experiences to get information out there to people about what narcissism really is, what it looks like, what it does to you, and what it does to your family. In today's video, I'm going to discuss the very difficult topic, how to deal with the reality that it was all a lie. When you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you wake up, you're going to know that you were with somebody that was truly evil. Narcissists are people that have no conscience, so they have no ability to love, they have no empathy, they have no regret, they don't care about anybody. They only care about themselves. And literally, they only care about themselves. There's not a part of them that cares about other people. They're 100% self-focused. That's what makes them a narcissist. Nobody else matters. They play games all the time. They build up false realities around themselves. They live pretend lives. And they bring innocent people into these pretend lives and cause massive devastation. This video is primarily targeted towards people that are in romantic relationships with narcissists, but a lot of what I touch on is going to be related to other types of relationships. So when you wake up to the reality that you have been in a relationship with a narcissist, that is going to be probably the most gut-wrenching moment of your life. You're not going to be able to believe it. At the beginning, it's going to be foreign to you. You're going to think that you're wrong. You're mistaken. This can't be right. That's your brain protecting itself. Narcissists bring absolute destruction to the people that are in their lives. They don't care about anybody else. So they have caused you psychological damage, likely financial damage. Your reputation could be damaged. You're going to be a shell of the person that you were. And when you wake up to that, you're going to be in denial, and then you're going to be rageful. You're going to be so angry because somebody that you trusted, somebody that you gave your heart to, that you took care of, that you helped, that you forgave, has been so cruel to you. It is a fate you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. It's so painful. It's absolutely traumatizing, and it's excruciating to get through that. And you feel gutted. You feel like you're never going to be able to trust somebody again, that you're never going to be able to get through it, that you're always going to be alone. But what I want to do in this video is offer people hope. There is hope. Somebody who is a narcissist doesn't have hope. So when you feel like you want to enact vengeance on them, when you wish that they would die, remember, they can never change. That is going to be their punishment. They will always be a narcissist. They will always be somebody with no ability to love, to accept love, to have anything good in their life. They are truly evil people. That is a fate that would be a worst case scenario for anybody, because you're feeling so hurt because you do love, because you do have feelings and concern and care, and you recognize goodness. That's why you're hurt. That's why you're going to be able to recover. A narcissist, it isn't like that for them. So in your worst moments, remember, they are tied to a fate of hell. If you believe in God, they're eventually going to go to hell. They're going to get their punishment. Maybe it doesn't seem like it. Maybe it looks like they're living a happy life, that they're just fine. They've moved on. Maybe they're with somebody else. It seems like they have everything. Inside, they are living in misery. Everything for a narcissist is false. Their whole life, there's nothing real. They're trying to overcome something dark inside of themselves, and they'll never be able to because there's nothing good in them. I want people to have hope. When you are going through the pain of recognizing your reality, it's going to hurt. It's going to feel so bad. You're going to feel helpless. And then on top of it, other people aren't going to understand, because most people haven't been in narcissistic relationships. Most people can't understand the depths of depravity somebody can have. Narcissists spend a lot of their time cultivating relationships, lining people up. It's called flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. These are people that protect the narcissist unknowingly, unwittingly, But the narcissist is the type of person that will act one way at home and another way outside of the home. So if you tell somebody things that your husband or your wife has done, they're going to think that you're crazy, that you're exaggerating, that there's no way. I know this person. They are the kindest person. They did this for me. They did this for my child, whatever it is. This is all intentional. So when you're going through the abuse, when you're going through realizing you were abused, part of the recovery process is coming to terms with all your reality. And it's so unfair, it's so cruel, because you're standing there literally in the middle of the shattered remains of your life and you're feeling miserable. And then if you have kids, you're feeling guilty on top of this because you think, I brought my kids into this. And it's this horrible reality because you know if you hadn't brought this person into your life, you wouldn't have your kids. But at the same time, this person is likely making your kids miserable, making you miserable, and you're trying to start all over. And who knows, maybe you're in your 50s or 60s. Remember though, it is always better to be awake. Your worst case scenario would be to never be aware of this. And I know some people are probably thinking, I'd rather not know. I'd rather just live my life, think everything's fine, and just die and be fine. But that isn't how it'll be, because the narcissist is always going to cause trauma in your life. You only have one life. It's so much better to know and be able to move forward. Now, this is going to take some time. You might require therapy. You might need, who knows, you might end up self-harming yourself, or you might end up becoming, dependent on drugs. These are things you have to be aware of. Potential pitfalls in your recovery. The recovery process is very difficult. I'm in the recovery process right now. I'd like to say I'm on the other end. I'm not, but I do have hope. I absolutely believe that life is going to be better. I think that anybody who is awake for a reason, because if you weren't awake, you wouldn't be able to move forward. You'd still be living the way that you are, that way that you were. I've been with my husband for 20 years. When I think back even 5 years ago, how different my life was, I was a shell of who I am today. I was afraid to even talk to other people. My husband had put me so down. He would always tell me that people didn't like me. And at the same time, he was financially abusing me. He was being cruel, giving me silent treatments. That was my life. I was afraid to even say anything. I didn't think anybody liked me. Today, I have friends. I'm starting over with my kids. Now, it's very difficult because I've been a stay-at-home mother for 20 years, so I've lost all the time working, and I'm trying to get on my feet, and I'm trying to be able to take care of my kids on my own. I'm still trying to deal with my husband, who I'm still married to. I'm separated from him, but I'm not divorced from him yet. So these are things that I'm still dealing with, and I'm still dealing with the trauma, but I'm at the point now where I can see hope, and I want other people to have hope with me. It's so unfair because the narcissist has done all these cruel things to you, and then on top of it, to get away from them, you have to do more hard work. It's more trauma for you. And the narcissist probably seems like they're just fine. That isn't the case with my husband. My husband has completely collapsed. I've said this in other videos, he's actually homeless. He lives in his car because the problem with my husband is that a lot of narcissists line up flying monkeys, people that support them, want to take care of them. My husband has lost all his friends. He's lost support of his family. He's lost his wife. He's lost his kids. So he has nothing. I have actually tried to help him because I don't want my kids to have this homeless father. I don't want my life to be so ruined by somebody that is dragging us down. But you can't help a narcissist. That is a true reality. You can offer them help. You can offer them support, but you can't make somebody do anything. And a narcissist, and I've realized this the hard way, doesn't have the ability to change. They don't have the ability to be better. Somebody that's evil lives in their evilness, because if you think about it, if you can recognize goodness, you have to be recognizing that against something else. You have to be able to compare it to somebody, or there wouldn't be any goodness. What you would compare goodness to is evilness. I'm going to tell you a story that this is a weird thing that happened in my house, and this is part of when I'm going through my recovery process and I'm looking back at things. I know not everybody would believe in this type of thing. I really do believe that narcissists are satanic. I believe in God, so I believe that there is a devil. A couple of years ago, We were before, when my husband was living at the house. This has stopped with my husband not living at the house anymore. We were having a lot of problems with our house. Weird things were happening. We were getting water all over the house. It would be, all of a sudden, like the floor would be covered with water. We'd have water in the kitchen. We'd have it in the dining room. We had it upstairs in a bedroom. Just water would be all around. It also would be coming out of the walls. So literally, there would be, and you'd walk down the hallway and you would suddenly see in the center of the wall a drip of water coming down from nowhere. I actually had somebody come out to the house one time, and they were trying to figure out the source of the water. They couldn't figure out where this water was coming from. The roof was fine. All the pipes were fine. There was no cause for this water coming anywhere. So the person told me, when you see water in the middle, like, because it would just come from you could see this water stains on the walls. So when you see water, when it's an active drip, call me. And if I'm in the area, I'll come over right then and see if we can figure out what it was, because every time the person would come over, it had been dried. So one day I saw water right from the center of the wall coming down. And I called him up and I said, the water's here right now. He came over the house 10 minutes later and he said, all right, you know what? We're going to find the source of this water. Can I cut open the wall? So I let him cut open the wall. There was nothing behind it. We expected there to be some pipe, something there that was causing this water damage to come down. There was nothing there. Now, this had been going on for over a year. We've had damage in our house. I have the floorboards are damaged. I have hardwood floor. There's a huge water spot damages. There was a carpet upstairs in an office that was soaked. I had to rip part of the carpet out. This has caused thousands of dollars worth of damage in my home. With my husband out of the house, there's no more water. It doesn't happen anymore. There hasn't been water ever since he's been out of this house. I believe that it is satanic forces. So you might think I'm crazy, but this is a true story. This is real. Narcissists are really attached to evil. So somebody like that cannot move forward. There isn't hope for them. So you can move forward though. You have goodness. So there really is evil in the world. There really is goodness. People who are narcissists are not able to change. So you have to accept that you can't help them, that they can't change. You have to leave them behind. You have to move forward. They are chained to their own fate. Don't chain yourself with them to their fate. I know it seems cruel. I know it seems heartless, but you have to think of who the narcissist is and who you are, who you can be. So you need to take care of yourself. The way you recover is self-care. It's hard work, and you're doing this hard work at the time when you feel weakest, so it's grossly unfair. But you always have to keep in mind the benefit that you can do this. They can't. You can. So you have to put yourself first. You have to put your kids first. It's not selfish. It's not narcissistic. You have to understand you can't help the narcissist. If you still believe you can help the narcissist, that they can change, that your relationship can be saved, you're going to stay stuck in their world. It's very difficult to accept that they can't change, that they won't change, but that's the reality. Hating them will hold you back. You need to eat well, pray, meditate, whatever it is that makes you feel better. Take long walks, take hot baths, journal. I mean, these are all stereotypical things, but they do help. Get some exercise. Try to get out of your house every day. Don't let yourself suffer in depression. Read positive, inspiring books. Concentrate minute by minute some days on doing what is right. Reading positive, inspiring books is so helpful. Read the Bible if you're religious. I've had a lot of benefit from reading Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, people like that are great. There's a lot of great self-help videos on YouTube. I highly recommend them. I really like this guy, Edris Harrell. He is religious, but if you like religious, check him out. He's great. Lion of Judah. These are really uplifting things. Inspiring books are incredibly helpful. Now, I'm going to leave you with a story of Corrie ten Boom. Corrie ten Boom was a woman who in World War II. Her and her family, they were a Christian family. They rescued Jewish people, and they were put in the concentration camps. Oh, half her family died in the war. She had other people survive, but it was like her father, her sister, herself, and her nephew all went to jail. She was the only in concentration camps. She was the only one that survived. When she got out of jail, at one point, she was giving some speeches about World War II, about her issues, about what happened in the concentration camp. And at one speech, she recognized a man who was a guard at Ravensbrück, which was the concentration camp she was in with her sister. Her sister died a horrible death at Ravensbrück. It was miserable. She watched her sister get beaten. She died. It was less than 2 weeks before they were released. She was unbelievably traumatized. She adored her sister. It was an absolute nightmare. And they were there for trying to help people, for being a good person. They were punished for being a good person, for being good people. So she was giving a speech, and she sees a guard there. And he came up to her. He didn't recognize her. And he said, "I was a guard at Ravensbrück concentration camp. Would you please forgive me? I'd like you to forgive me." So he didn't know that he had victimized her own sister, and that this woman, Corrie ten Boom, hated him. And she said, "I couldn't do it." And he wanted to shake my hand, and my hand felt like lead. I couldn't move it up to shake this person's hand. And then she's like, I prayed to God. I said, "Please let me do this." So she rose her hand, she shook his hand, and she said she felt free at that moment. The hate dissipated. She was free. She was able to move on. She ended up having a lot of positive things happen in her life. Bad things happen, horrible things happen, but you can get over it. Anybody that is not evil has the power of goodness, and goodness always overcomes evil. I know it seems like the narcissist wins. I know it seems like the narcissist has a better life than you, but they don't. You need to hold on to reality. The narcissist is going to want you to live in their false reality, to believe what they want you to believe. Move forward. Do the hard work. Anybody who does the hard work and gets through it to the other side doesn't regret it. There's nobody that says, after they've gone through this hard work, "Oh, I wish I was still with my narcissist. I wish I was just still living ignorantly." No one says that. Please hold on. We can do this together. Think about where you were last time, where you are today, where you can be tomorrow. It can, it will, it's going to get better. Bless you all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it has helped somebody. Please like it, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. I'm trying to make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if all goes well, I will see you on Friday. God bless you.